Hello, everybody, and welcome to Virtual Bourbon. My name is Steve Akley, and we have a fun event tonight. It is part three of three. It's always the best night, I think, because we get to share all of this data, all of this information. We've been working on this project this is month number 3, so should be fun to finally find out a lot. We had 2 events where we don't really get to know anything. We walk away with nothing. I've got all of the stats, all of the information here. I've got how they were ranked 12 down to 1 coming into this thing. Of course, none of that matters in terms of the top 6. Whatever happens tonight is how they finish. So we know what they were ranked coming into this evening, but none of that matters. It could be the 6th rank could actually win first place tonight. That's just how this thing rolls. So it should be a fun event. And when we get done, I'll share all of the stats, how everybody finished. And we'll have a couple different ways to look at this too. Did more Tennessee whiskeys get in the finale? Did more Kentucky bourbons? How did they finish overall? And of course, the ultimate is whomever wins the championship. That's the coveted thing. But there are also going to be several other ways to look at this. And even though we will have a champion, if you will, and it will be either Kentucky bourbon or Tennessee whiskey, I think either side probably will have enough where they can save face by making the argument, well, here's why we think we did better. So we'll share some of those stats at the end, and we'll have some fun with it. So on that note, let's get ready to get started here. We're going to run through these 2 times like we normally do. The first time we'll go through and have everybody weigh in on tasting notes, and then the second time, much higher level look at things. Let's get ready and try M, but we'll pour N first because we're going to always pour one ahead. So as we get ready to start with M, let's pour N and get that ready to go. And once you do that, grab letter M and let's talk about it. All right. Anybody get anything on the nose there worth noting?
Mild on the nose.
Mild, yeah.
A banana.
Banana?
Yeah.
Mostly brown banana.
Brown banana.
Yeah, it does smell a little bit like a banana bread.
Banana bread.
Yeah,
okay.
It's more Brown Foreman than banana runts.
Okay. All right. All right, let's
No
taste it.
walnuts in this one.
See what we got here on the taste. Okay. Definitely some bread on the taste too. That's for sure.
And that spice lingers.
Yeah. It does stick with you.
Nice finish.
Mm-hmm.
The palate's definitely more flavorful and stronger than the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Kind of bready, sweet, and spicy. All a lot of things working on there on this one.
Yeah, brown sugar, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe molasses, maybe.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Evan?
Honey and pepper as like a combined thing.
Honey and pepper. Okay.
Okay.
Hot honey, maybe.
Maybe.
Hot honey. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a thing these days. Bruce, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I like that finish.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Lingers well. No grassy aftertaste coming through.
Oh, no, none of that.
No.
Mr. Bill, where do you sit on this one?
I like it. The nose is lighter than the palate, but the palate's got a really nice heat to it, and it lingers. Good mouthfeel. Yeah, I like it.
Okay. We're starting out good, it seems. All right. Jason?
Right.
Wickle? Sorry.
No, I like it. It's kind of numbing my lips a little bit, little tinglies and stuff like that. So I like it. I think that's has a good finish. Got that spice on it, but it's still a little sweet too. So I think it's well put together.
Okay. All right. Jeff, what about you, man?
Nothing new other than the mouthfeel. Smooth, little glycerin-y feel. Hung with me.
Mm-hmm.
but everyone else nailed the flavors.
Okay. Jason S. What do you
I think there was one I had this note for previously, but it's both simultaneously water thin and very oily. So there's this, the sweetness is
You
this
can't say
flash
that.
yeah, this flash of sweetness that just kind of washes away at the beginning and then it's gone. And then the spice is the oily that sticks around and coats your tongue and it finishes there. So it's almost like it's two different whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
I think you broke the laws of physics in that.
I think he did too. I think he did. We have to strike that from the record. That can't stand. No. Andy, how about you, man? What are you thinking?
Yeah, nothing new to add other than I like it. It's good.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah.
He added the "it's good" at the
Right.
I was
Completely
kind of
different
wondering
phrase.
about the whole "I like the finish." That,
Yeah.
does that cross the line? But
I don't know. Bill just texted me. He needs your address for a cease and desist. So I'll have to pass that along. All right.
Just so the
James.
attorney can get the letter.
Yeah. James, how about you, man?
nothing fresh and new.
Okay.
We've hit everything.
All right. Let's we'll check in with the Robinsons before we move on.
I think pretty much what everybody said, but after a little bit, I actually get some bitterness after the finish kind of ends.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
For me, the nose definitely doesn't match up with the taste, but it's really, really good. I like the sweetness and the finish.
Okay. All right. Let's pour our letter O into the glass. That's not going to be the one we're talking about, though. That's just working ahead a little bit. Pour that one. And then once you get that done and in the glass, we're going to be talking about letter N. All right. Let's see what we got here.
That's bubblegum.
Bubblegum.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any typical bourbon notes.
No, I'm picking up like when Alice does makeup in the morning.
Makeup. Okay.
Not that. Wait a minute. I got to make sure she can hear this. So I got to make sure she knows there's nothing bad with that.
Right. That's okay. It's okay.
I had an
Yeah, I'm
initial
definitely-
whiff of a Band-Aid, kind of like a scotch, but that disappeared right away.
Okay. It might have just been a Band-Aid on your hand. I have one from that cork pop injury yesterday. Look at
I
that.
bet.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
How did that happen?
Okay,
That was
so I said cork pop. It was a cork pop related thing. So next to me, I have a table and I have a chest and then I have the floor. And I popped a cork and then I set it over on the table. But then as I was pulling my hand away, I clipped the bottle. It fell down and on the ground, it hit the Green River and broke the top. And I just thought it was cork pop. But as I went to pick it up, I accidentally just because there was shards glass. It was short, and as I went to grab it, I didn't realize it broke high, and I cut my hand.
Yeah, when I saw the picture, I was trying to figure out how you ripped the top. I mean,
Yeah,
this
and
is-
that was
this is
just-
Sasquatch
yeah.
strength, right?
You
just
grip the
top
neck of the bottle. Yep.
right.
He doesn't know his own strength.
So
Yeah,
maybe
Steve-
the D-man that and just
Yeah, Steve, this is when you talk in your deep Austrian accent.
Yes.
Right. He's gripping, and then all of a sudden,
Just grip it, then rip it.
Or you've been drinking too much tea and kind of sprained it.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
That was a first for sure. All right, let's give this one a taste here. This is letter N.
I thought we were.
I get artificial banana and orange
Okay.
peel.
Yeah. Now we're getting into the Laffy Taffy banana.
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Laugh.
Yeah.
Laffy
Yeah.
Tap.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, we said the last
Tastes
one
like it's
had
got artificial sweetener in it.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, last one was banana, real
Right.
banana.
Right. This is not. This is
Yeah.
fake banana.
No, this
This is
one, when I
taffy
got
banana.
bubblegum at first, it's now reminding me more of like when you rip open the packet of Kool-Aid, you
Uh-huh.
get that little initial cloud of like
Oh,
generic fruit.
Somebody knocks down the wall, goes, "Oh yeah!" I didn't taste it, but I heard it.
Yeah.
Generic fruit flavored beverage.
Yeah, it's artificially sweetened.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
getting an artificial flavor.
Artificial flavors. Okay.
Yeah. How did this make this on the list? You know?
Hey,
Hey, you did.
hey, it did.
We
Yeah.
voted it there.
Some of the
Yeah.
others
Wow.
were really bad.
That could be. That could be. If we remember back, it seems like the ones in the second one were much more appreciated than the first ones. Just the way things worked
We had
out.
a hard
yeah,
time.
yeah.
We had a hard time on
It,
that.
it seemed like the first one, it was like no one liked any of them, and in the second one, everyone liked all of them. So I that's just the way it worked out. So, yeah, that's just how things happen. So, I don't know. Jason S., anything else to add to other than what you've already said there?
No, that artificial sweetener just goes to, it just finishes bitter.
Mhm. Yeah, it does have a bitter after note. That's for sure.
It's not horrible. Yeah, it's not horrible, but it's there.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's drinkable, but it,
Yeah, I agree. Andy, what are you thinking, man?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a spice right at first, but it goes really quick. I mean, it's like it just goes to nothing. So the finish just doesn't really last long for me at all.
Yeah.
And that artificial sweetener is definitely what everybody's saying about that. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the way down to the aftertaste, really. I mean, you think about artificial sweeteners, you get an aftertaste, right? James, what about you? Anything else to add on that one?
You know, I definitely pick up the orange peel. I'm picking up a little bit of, but it's that cough syrup cherry,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that may be going with the bitterness.
Yeah.
But yeah, but still drinkable. I mean, not just a.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Bill?
I'm going to vote this one 6.
Now we have 4 other ones to try.
Okay, I
And,
could change my mind.
and we have a
It's
second
currently
round.
in second.
It's in second place.
yeah,
We've
so
seen,
far it's in second.
we've
It
seen
will never
Bill
be this
before
high again.
change his vote on the second pass. So these things can sometimes change. So
All right.
don't
We'll
forget
see.
that.
Sometimes.
Yep. Jason W.
Yeah, I mean, not much more to add, but you know, I do get a little bit of the cinnamon spice on the front, but then it quickly turns to that artificial sweetener, kind of bitter aftertaste for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff?
So think back to the beginning of the pandemic when everyone was buying up hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
And we got some from a local distillery, and they put in a little tequila in there, and I was getting what I imagined that would taste like if I had ever tasted it.
Yeah. Okay.
It
Doesn't
was
sound
not
pleasant.
it was not a good. No, it was not a good.
Not a
thing.
good look. Okay.
Putting it on our hands every day because that was all we could find at the time.
Right.
We bought it by the 5-gallon buckets and handed it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really
that's
for the flavor
it's-
wheel. Tequila, hand sanitizer.
yeah, right.
One day we'll do a show on just weird stuff we did at the beginning of the pandemic. So that's
There you go.
such confusing times. So yeah.
Search for toilet paper.
Yeah. All that kind of crazy stuff, right? Yeah. That was crazy. All right, Bruce, anything to add to this one?
No, just that I was waiting for a finish that never happened.
Okay. Okay.
I'm still waiting. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Last but not least is Evan.
Nothing to add.
Okay. All right. We're going to be talking about O next.
Oh,
We pouring tea now?
Oh my.
Pour your pee into the glass.
This may go against YouTube's guidelines.
Let me turn my back.
Yeah. Oh, this video will get banned.
Pour your pee into that glass.
Turn my back to the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, eventually we're gonna have to drink it.
take it.
Well,
Well, you know, some bourbons do resemble, right?
okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
behave.
Adam Stump keeps trying to talk me into. He's got some rum over there, a couple barrels he wants me to buy, and then start a brand called Seaman Steve. I'm not doing this. Where do you come up with this?
The world's first high protein bourbon, huh?
Navy strength.
There you go.
Straight.
So, Yeah, he was pitching that again today, wasn't he, Evan? Evan was with me today. We went over, did a little day drinking over there. So yeah.
You could package them in 50 mils and call them little swimmers.
Oh my.
Oh my. All right. We're talking about so just leave your P aside and we'll get to that later.
Oh my.
Oh,
I get butterscotch. On the
Butterscotch on the nose.
Yeah, butterscotch.
On the nose. Yep.
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
I was going to go
Scott
with
promised.
pecans.
Pecans. Okay.
Well, it's promising.
So would that be pralines then, or when it's both?
Kind of like a butter pecan.
Butter pecan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some nutty in there too.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right. Let's trace this thing. Sounds very promising. We'll see how it goes.
Now, Jeff, do you need to caramelize a pecan to make it a praline?
I'm wondering if that's what you have to do. I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think so. You
I'm
got
winging it here.
Got to be a little toasty, huh?
Yeah, that could be. I don't actually know.
It's good. It's not as sweet on the palate as it is on the nose, but it has a good flavor.
Mhm.
Good mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Praline is
This
a
one-
smooth, sweet substance made by boiling nuts and sugar and grinding the mixture.
Okay.
Grinding it.
Grinding it. All right.
I am getting some of that artificial sweetener on the back end though.
Okay. Artificial
That,
sweetener. All right.
that bitter is back.
The
Yeah,
bitter.
and some bitter too.
Some bitter. Okay. All right.
The bitter kind of gives it some character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not bitter in a bad way.
No. No. Andy, any thoughts on this one?
So I like it better than N.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's kind of it's a little smoother. And
Okay.
but I do get that artificial sweetener on the back end for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Jason W.
And it starts out sweet, but then it kind of goes away fairly quickly for me, and then it's followed by the bitterness. It's not a long finish for me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bitterness at the end is almost like an overripe fruit.
Okay.
An overripe pear or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is, just something right on the end that is unique. The better, but there's also a unique taste in there too. That's
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out that
there's
unique
something
taste.
there.
Yeah.
Something I can't get it yet. Haven't broke the code yet. Jason S. Any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I agree with my my counterpart, the Council of Jasons that
Are all our Jasons are in agreement? Yeah.
that
The world is
it really
right.
the nose is butter pecan, and then it's a watery sweet up front, and it just disappears. And like this is one of those though. There's some really nice things happening here, and I wonder like what 5 more points of proof would do
Mm-hmm.
if that thickened it up a little bit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spice it up some.
Mm-hmm.
James, what do you think? Is he tasting this one?
Nothing new. You're right. There's something in there. I can't put my finger.
I know. It's a mystery. Someone's going to get it here.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Jeff, help
Keep
us
trying.
out.
I'm going to be out for the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
We
stop.
don't do that. Jeff, what are you thinking, man?
I'm not picking up the sweet up front like everyone. I'm getting right to the watery. But the finish, there's this empty transition, and I think it's as it's flowing to the back of the tongue, then it picks up that bitter and
Yeah.
but not. I love to write down all these things I taste, and I don't have anything.
Okay.
I said
Okay.
light and watery.
Light and watery. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to use those notes on the bottle. I'm guessing.
No, that's not.
They're not
really-
going to reach out to you and be like, Jeff, we heard the event. Do you mind if we use that?
Yeah.
Well, they could.
I got to come up with a third option for my
Right.
here because that isn't
Okay.
going to cut it.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
Bruce.
Hey, it had promise because of the nose, but the taste has got. I've been sitting there trying to get that taste and taking little quick sips, and I'm actually getting old 2x4 when I do that. So I
Okay,
stopped.
old 2x4.
Yeah.
And
Not
so I
new
stopped doing
2x4.
that.
Not new
And
2x4.
so the finish is just nothing but a little spice, and that's all I'm getting. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Evan, E.
Yeah, so when I can't quite taste something, I like to describe it as you just like walked past it. And what's coming to my mind is I had a churro from Quick Trip last week. And I'm not tasting
Never
a churro.
recommended, by the way.
It actually wasn't that bad.
Sure.
But I'm not tasting the churro. It's like I walked past someone eating a churro.
And it's that taste of
And
jealousy and envy.
It's a
the
bourbon White Claw.
Yeah.
It's like it should be there. It's almost like the taste is, but it's not there.
It's not there. All right.
It's a spirit. It's like a ghost whiskey.
Yeah, somebody took it.
Okay.
It'd be
Last but-
perfect for Halloween then.
We'll check with Bill. Last but not least, what are your thoughts, man?
Still better than in.
Okay.
That they might put on their bag.
Yes.
Really not offensive.
Better than
Yeah.
N.
Still
Yeah.
better than in.
Yeah. All right. Let's pour letter Q. All right.
And smell your pee.
And yes, then begin nosing your pee, please. Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Got a thick nose.
It
I need
does.
to
This
drink
is
more water.
yeah. Yeah. That's really nice. Like caramel,
Yeah.
It's maple caramel
like
though.
maple caramel.
Yeah.
Like one of those maple candies that you get when you're in Canada. You get ready to come back to the US, you stop at the duty-free shop and they got the maple candies there. Shaped in a leaf shape.
They had a little
Specifically
vanilla too.
vanilla. Okay.
You walked past a maple tree.
Yeah.
While eating a
Anyone-
churro.
Well, eating a churro from Quick Trip specifically.
Right.
Getting a
You're
little,
working both borders here.
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Anyone else getting a little fruit in there?
Mhm.
I can't tell if it's carameled apple or if it's got a little bit more of a, maybe more towards the citrus, but there's some fruit that I'm picking up.
Yeah.
Not the dark cherry though, so it's going to be one of those
No,
pear, apple.
I think you're right. I'm getting like but a red apple, not a green apple.
Right.
Right.
I'm
had,
getting a mix between like red apple and grape.
Okay.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
had like caramel apple dumplings last night, and that kind of like it's already a cooked apple.
Mhm.
You
It's
didn't
also
walk past it.
There's also
Yeah,
some
walk past
pancake
it.
batter there. So a little pancake batter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting that bakery too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's good. It's really good. There's a lot. So anytime you get that much going on, I like that.
Let's
It's gonna be
hope
good or
it
it's
lives up
hugely
to it.
disappointing.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see on the taste.
A lot better than in.
Little spice comes through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost rye spice. Like on
Yes.
the palate, this could be a rye heavy mash bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we stay on the bakery theme, baking spices.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Baking spices, yeah.
But the
Baking
palate
spices.
is significantly simpler than that nose was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's less going on there.
Yeah,
It kind of makes
seems
it
to be a
disappointing.
theme,
Not
right?
bad, but yeah.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of that, right? The nose is it's just a lot of interesting stuff on the nose. And then when you get the taste, it's like, where did that all go? Not that it's bad,
Right.
but where did that all go?
Yeah, the
Like
palate
every
didn't live
gallon
up to the
scotch I've
nose.
ever had.
Wonder if that's a proof thing, is because these are all probably
Mm.
maybe sub 100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He will know. He won't tell us, but he would
Yeah.
know.
Well, I know. I know, Evan, you could be totally wrong. This
I
is
could be.
Booker's. It's Booker's. It's 126 proof. So. Huh.
No.
All right. Let's start this time with Andy. Andy, what are your thoughts here as you taste this one?
Yeah, this is good. I like it. It's got right on the very beginning, kind of a creme brulee, just a touch of it, and then it goes to more of a peppery finish, and that lingers for a while. So
Yeah, kind of back a palate linger for me. So
yeah,
this kind of stays there. Yeah, yeah. Let's check in with Team Robinson.
Yeah, this was, I think, pretty drinkable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my pee was good.
How about your pee, Neil? Was your pee good?
I thought it was definitely sweet and spicy.
Okay.
Got a little grassy note, but in a good way. It's good, real good finish.
Yeah, I think it had a better mouthfeel.
Yeah.
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 than the others.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Jason? W.
I'll get in there,
Sorry.
Jason.
Jason W. this time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with everything that's being said. I would say that the palate didn't live up to the nose for me. And on the finish, it's like a fuse was trying to light and
Uh-huh.
it never really got there for me.
Yeah.
It was, but I like it. It's good.
It's good. Okay. James?
Yeah, this is another one of those where there's something, I want to say like a nougat,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which may be kind of, hovering around some of those other things. But yeah, again, as we've said, there's more on the nose than there is on the palate. Not the finish you want, but good, drinkable.
Yeah. Yeah. Evan, how about you? The E-Machine.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with everything that's being said. Baking spices, a lot of buildup, but it doesn't quite stick the landing. It's still good though.
Still good. Still good. All right. Mr. Bill?
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay.
Not bad at all.
It's a new rating
lot
for
better
him.
than in.
That's a new rating. Not bad. Okay.
It's
Well, it's better than
It's
okay.
okay.
Yeah, it's better than it's
Better than
okay.
okay.
I think so. Yeah. Bruce? What do you
Well,
think?
when I have a sip, I get a really quick mineral attack, kind of like very hard water.
Yeah.
Goes away, and then the baking stuff comes in along with what I would call store-bought caramel apples.
Yeah.
And then the finish is longer, and there's some spice in there and a little leather, but I'm also detecting a little grass. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It is interesting that the finish and the spice that, like I said, stays at the back of my throat. If I took one drink and a little bit got underneath my tongue, ooh, it's spicy there, man. There's some spice to it, so it'll get you. Be careful. Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, a little apple pie carry over from the scent to the aroma. Those baking spices were there for me. The rye spice at the finish, but I was getting some made my mouth pucker a little bit. It reminded me of like a grape skin or something like that, or with a really dry red wine. I got some of that going on. I'm going to say this so far probably the most complex of the ones we've had so far, but
Right.
I can't tell you how far up the complexity scale it is. But
Okay.
yeah, good. I'm going to say good. I like it.
All right. All right. Ooh. Last but not least, Jason S.
I'm really going to need the second pass for this one. Just
Okay.
'cause that drop from the nose to the palate is so kind of jarring that I think it just messes everything up afterwards.
Right.
And so automatically it's just kind of, I think I'm grading it harsher than I should, in the
Mhm.
sense that it's not necessarily bad, but you got my hopes up. And
Hopes and dreams were at the highest levels possible.
I'm going to be pissed at you for a little while, and then I'll
Yeah.
come back.
be.
But yeah, I mean,
dated her once.
the 90% of that journey is the combination of rye spice, but also barrel char. So you're getting both levels of spice that just kind of hit and linger. And the sweet is up front, but goes really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's set that one aside for now. We will come back to it. Let's pour R into the glass.
Which one are we pouring?
R, the last one.
Arr.
Arr. The pirate whiskey. And then Q is the one we're going to be talking about, though. Leave R set aside for now. Okay. Q.
This has the most typical bourbon nose of any of them so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is imagine what I imagine. Like if you got a scented candle that was bourbon, right? Like this is just what would be.
This is the okay.
Candle.
Funny enough, smelled one of those on Sunday. It doesn't smell like this. It smells a little too much like oak. That's it, a bourbon scented candle.
That's they tend to do that or like a brown sugar. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
a lot of
bourbon.
brown sugar.
Yeah, a lot of brown
TSA
sugar.
doesn't like those candles.
Really?
TSA, they took them out of my carry-on and said, what the heck? And they did all kinds of tests thinking it was a bomb. So,
Oh wow.
but they did get to keep them. But that was my one trip to Kentucky. And it was like, I loaded up on stuff and
Call that a Molotov cocktail.
yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
wax is technically a liquid.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. True it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I get some cherry vanilla on this.
Cherry vanilla. Okay.
Definitely vanilla.
Yeah. I'm searching for the cherry, but I'm gonna believe them.
Mhm.
Like a Dr. Pepper float.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
I have a
call.
lot. I'm drinking a lot of cherry vanilla Dr Pepper, and it kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, a watery Dr. Pepper.
Well, maybe it's
You
just,
just-
have ice in it.
You
Maybe
just
it
kind
had
of
ice.
walked past the Dr Pepper.
Yeah, the unopened cans,
Yeah, you
This
walk
entire
past it
thing
open
is like a
to-
walking
maybe
tour.
plastic
Right.
bottles.
It's, yeah. Yeah,
You
everything's
look
just
to your left,
walking.
you'll find flavor.
somebody next to you was at the soda fountain, and they are pouring a drink.
How fast were you walking? Was it a brisk pace or slow?
It was a mosey.
Okay. All right, let's taste this one. See what we got here. Hmm. Pleasant enough for sure.
Yeah, the sweetness hangs around longer. on
Sweetness
them.
does. Again,
Sweetness
not much of
way
a
in.
finish though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of like a bit of honey.
A bit of honey. Okay. Yeah. Melanie, what do you think?
yeah, it has some little spice on the palate. I think the nose and palate are probably closer than some of the other ones. Yeah, but it doesn't have much finish.
No. No. It's got some promise with the mouthfeel, but
Yeah, it's a good mouthfeel and
Yeah.
good finish. It's just short.
Yeah, it's just short. I wish that would keep going, but it really doesn't. It's
Doesn't
kinda-
linger.
No. No. Jason S., what do you think as you taste this one?
Yeah, this is another one where I want more. I want 5 more points of proof.
Yeah.
Because there's a start of some interesting things here, and this is
Mhm.
probably one of the only ones that we've had where the sweetness lasts longer than that flash and instant,
Mhm.
and it makes all the difference in the world to balance that spice and char, of how much more enjoyable and pleasant that second and third sip are.
Yeah. Yeah. Jump up to Evan.
Yeah, I agree with the rich mouthfeel. Get that little bit of a honey, maybe some other vanillins in there. So I think my summary is that you're rich for a moment, but now you're short on cash.
Okay. Okay.
You sure that's not game night?
Oh,
That could be in a game night game.
It's payday loan
Yeah.
bourbon.
Every time I see a new cigar ad,
Yeah. James, let's check in with James, see what he thinks of this one.
James is on mute.
Oh. Who he was talking
James
okay.
was on mute. James didn't realize it was on. Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to say I get the sweetness in the front, but then the spice very quickly goes to bitter for me.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's a low rye. No one. I don't know because it seems like there's a little rye spice in there. Just not a lot. It doesn't stick around. So
Mhm.
it's interesting, which I would expect based on the mouthfeel. It feels like it should coat enough where that you get that lingering, but it's not really there. What do you think, Bruce?
I think for me, this has kind of been the most consistent because the nose is kind of like the taste, which is kind of like the finish.
Mm-hmm.
Finish is sweet on this. I didn't get that in the others. Sweet lasted there. Yeah, I'm picking up a little tobacco, not much. No grass though, so I appreciate that.
Okay.
It's okay. So, if a friend gave me a glass of this, I'd be happy to drink it with them.
Yeah. All right. We'll go to my center square here, which is Jason W.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a honey cask finish that I was drinking this weekend, and I get the honey flavor, the sweetness, but the finish doesn't really hold up. I mean, it's kind of gone fairly quickly.
Yeah. Andy, what are you thinking on this one?
Yeah, the only thing that I have to add is, for me, the finish kind of has the same kind of finish that you get if you eat a piece of licorice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other than that, I agree with everybody.
Okay. Jeff.
Yeah, so I gotta continue to pick up a little fruit. I would call it maybe an apricot up front, a little bit of lingering sweet, but it was always very light. And just again, that finish was a light spice, maybe some char. I like the mouthfeel on this one, but was, like you said, I think, Steve, expecting a little more to come from that.
Right.
Very drinkable, but light across the board.
Okay. And last but not least, Mr. Bill.
I'm picking up a metallic taste on the nose and on the palate. So.
Metallic taste. Oof.
Somebody go in and check on Bill.
Yeah.
I've not got that from any of the rest of them.
Okay. Metallic taste is that's not good. Well,
maybe I'm having a stroke.
Oh man, I hope not. All right. Let's move on to R. All right.
Our last one.
Our last one.
Our last one.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
It's like a caramel covered Ludens.
Caramel covered Ludens, yeah. Maybe with a little bit of butter rum lifesaver in there.
There.
Yeah. What's a Luden?
Butter rum.
Grandmother's
Exactly.
purse,
Butter rum.
like everything that's
Butter
in
rum.
there.
Yeah.
Butter rum.
Butter rum.
Ding, ding,
Okay.
ding.
The butter rum.
With a slight hint of Werther's. Slight hint.
It's just a little bit, yeah. A couple
Ah,
of
Yeah.
Are you
Grandma
finding
pulled a
little
hard
caramel?
candy out of her purse and was like,
we
"Yeah,
go.
They're all
right?"
stuck
Right.
together.
Any of those spearmint wavy ones? Anyone get any of that? I didn't.
Mhm.
Just-
Yeah, this is promising on the nose. Hopefully,
This is really something on the nose.
Yeah.
I got my
hope-
fingers crossed here.
hopefully the taste holds up. So cheers on the last one, gang. Here we go.
Here's
It kind of melds together in like generic fruity.
With
Sweet,
a
and it just-
little cinnamon dusting on there too. Though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fruit with a little cinnamon added.
It's
Which is
like
good.
A pastry.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, like a Danish.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But what's the fruit in the Danish? Is it cherry?
Apple Danish.
Apple Danish.
It's an apple Danish. Okay.
I would have said cherry with the aroma, but I'm not getting that with the taste. It's
Yeah.
No,
I
No,
would
you're
go
right.
with
Yeah.
apple Danish.
apple Danish. Okay.
Free before the frosting gets squeezed out of it. On
Okay.
it.
Okay. I love when we get very specific.
I gotta tell you, the wine people have nothing on us.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just that flavor of an apple Danish just before this frosting has been squeezed out.
Just as someone's walking by with it before.
Yeah. Mm.
during the
I
rainy
feel
season.
like they're working the piping tool to get it to make
Yes.
it more pliable. So
Warming it up.
that's being worked, but it's not been squeezed onto the Danish yet. So yeah,
It's when you walk by the bakery, but the wind's blowing the smell the other direction.
There you go.
yeah. All right, let's jump in with our first one. We'll check in with. Let's start in with Andy. Andy, you get first say on this one. All right.
So I like the kind of cinnamony flavor. So I kind of get a little bit of pecan. So like a pecan cinnamon roll thing going on, and it's nice, and the finish kind of lingers for me. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sticks around. Yeah. Kind of leaves a bubblegum taste too in your aftertaste, which is
I
interesting.
can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah. Jason W.
Yeah, I agree with the cinnamon, and this is the first one that kind of left my tongue tingling a little bit. So I like the little peppery, spicy
Okay.
finish on this one.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's jump down to the Robinsons.
Like it. Sorry, Bill.
I thought this was very tasty. It's got a thinner mouthfeel, I think,
Yeah.
but a lot of flavor there. It's not a lot of complicated flavors that then it goes to kind of a long, sweet finish.
That could be a breakfast bourbon or
Yeah.
light after dinner bourbon or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Okay.
Dessert bourbon.
Definitely not a mixer.
Breakfast bourbon. I'm liking breakfast bourbon.
Breakfast bourbon.
Yeah.
James, what are your thoughts on this one?
I get that apple turnover, apple Danish,
Yeah.
very light, little bit of spice.
Okay.
Liking it,
Liking it. All right. Mr. Bill?
which is different from saying I like it.
Right. Yeah. I think you're fine with that. There's legal
Well, I
precedent
like
out
it.
there. Yeah.
I'm getting the cinnamon. I'm getting a nice heat. The apple Danish. I might even go as far as to say, for me, this could be my favorite.
Whoa. Whoa.
Better than N.
I'm right with you, Mr. Bill.
Cat
This
is
this
out
seems
of
to be
the
tops
bag.
for me.
Whoa. We'll see. Don't lock in yet though, Bill. You
It's
gotta
not locked in.
you gotta give second pass.
It's maybes right now.
Right. We've seen second pass change things, and we'll see if it happens tonight.
Still better than N.
Okay. All right. We'll see. And gets a second chance here. We'll see.
You're gonna ends in your top three.
It could be redeeming second time through. So we'll see. All right. The E Machine. What are your thoughts?
I wrote down apple tart flavored hard candy because I it feels like maybe there is like an apple tart in there, but there's like some barrier to it, like something artificial keeping me from tasting the real thing. And then just an astringency like lingers in the back of my throat.
Okay.
So like it finishes out, and then that's all that's remaining is that kind of like tart bitterness in the back.
Okay. All right. Let's check in with Jason S and see what he thinks.
Yeah, even though I get conflict on the nose and palate, but they're both enjoyable. So like the notes I'm getting on the nose aren't the same things that I'm tasting. But they're both good. I think Jeff was right. Is the original on the nose? It smelled more cherry. On the palate, it tasted more apple. The pastries didn't really start coming out until the palate. But it's nice. It sticks around. The sweet stays counterbalanced to the spice and kind of sticks in there, which means it's enjoyable the whole time.
Okay. All right, Bruce.
I was initially getting like what I would say like chewing on a Krispy Kreme air in the middle. It had some wonderful complex flavors. The finish, it was a little spicy and it lasted, but I'm telling you, in the long finish, I'm getting a little bit of a cut grass in there, which I'm not a fan of.
Now you're not a fan of that. We've
Not a fan of the cut grass. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Last person we'll check in with for the record here is Jeff.
Okay, well, not much new. I did find some sweet and buttery up front, and I definitely agree. Some type of apple pastry, Danish, no cream cheese,
Mhm.
with some cinnamon. But my finish, a little spicy, and it actually, instead of a rye, to me, it was almost a white pepper.
Yeah.
It just a little bit different than the other spices I've felt tonight. Maybe a 32 mesh white pepper. No, I'm
Okay.
kidding. I'm kidding about that part, but
Yeah.
definitely a white pepper.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go back to the top of the order. We'll go through a second time, not calling out anybody individually. So if you pick up something that you want to state for the record, please throw it out there. We'll do exactly what we did the first time. We'll go nosing and then tasting notes all the way back to the beginning, which was letter M for this evening. All right.
Where'd my bananas go? Where'd the bananas go?
Yeah. Yeah. No bananas.
We got no bananas.
Bananas are gone.
Steve,
we got
Steve,
no
remind
bananas.
me, are these six
Oh, you got a bakery.
the highest rated of the past two, or is this a new set?
They're the highest rated of the past
Okay,
two.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 and 3, right, Steve?
No, not there was 3 and
Oh.
3 on the first two events, but it's the highest scoring. So I can't give you anything beyond that.
Yeah.
It could
So
be.
it
I
could
mean,
have been, every one of these could be from the second. scoring,
it could be
or
all
vice versa, or from the
well
first.
3 and 3 from the two events. You
Oh,
are
that's
correct
right.
about that.
We do
You're
a
correct
point
about that.
system.
But it's not 3 and 3. It's not 3 Tennessee whiskey, three Kentucky
Oh,
bourbons.
okay.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to convey.
It was 3 from the first, and the top 3
Correct.
from the first.
Top
and
3
top
from the
3
first.
the second.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page. We're just saying things different ways. I
Yeah,
think, so,
I do that at work and I get in trouble.
Yeah, this
So-
is a no trouble zone. So
It definitely
I think this one
happens after
shifted from
6
banana
tastings.
bread to banana pudding because I'm
Banana
getting
pudding.
like way more vanilla wafer,
okay.
whipped cream.
Yes, and the great value vanilla wafers.
Okay, good. The great
Vanilla
value.
wafers.
All right. Let's taste this and see if it's we get great value vanilla wafers. I mean,
I think it's like somebody might have cooked a banana in a pan and then like some of the char off the pan and hand it to you. And it was like, taste this,
yeah.
that.
Okay.
Can't we just walk by it?
Can we
Yeah.
just walk
You
by?
walk by it.
Yeah, I'll
You-
say it's
You
but
walk
it's also
past it with your
sweet.
tongue out.
Yeah.
It's there's a sweetness there.
And I think the time isn't doing this one any favor because of the
No.
light roof.
Yeah.
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 It took away. This one had a nice spicy finish. That's gone, by the way. We
Yeah.
lost that. We lost that round two. Yeah. This one had a nice finish, and I can't say I'm getting that now.
And I don't get the glycerin. I don't get that same.
Mm-hmm.
Those legs must have stuck to the inside of my glass.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll end up creating a white residue tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah. You'll call
Yeah, I
me
mean, if
about
I
it
had to
tomorrow.
guess, I'd call that an Old Forester 86.
Okay. It could be. It could be.
It's that kind of, it's banana-y, but it's the lowest proof, and therefore it just kind of, it's done its thing, and now it's kind of drifting off.
It's a
Right.
distant banana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
The
gonna
third
check it
cousin.
out,
Mm-hmm.
Bruce.
I'm
Not
not
Old
bold
Forester-
enough to make a
Not Old
prediction.
Forester 86. Nope, sorry.
Okay. It's been verified. It's not Old Forester 86, at least according to Bruce. That's
Yep.
not for the record. That's
And
Bruce.
who knows what's actually in that bottle, right? So
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
Banana Foster
can I
85.
can I add something?
Sure.
How about when we're writing our ratings down on these, that we put a T or a K next to what we think that it is?
Okay.
I
So
did.
if you think it's Tennessee or Kentucky, is you're
Yeah.
trying to guess? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or here's an even better one. Do we think one of the states got shut out before the finals?
Yeah, that could happen.
Ooh.
This could be all one or the other.
I don't think that it is.
yeah,
I don't
I
think
don't
it
think
is
so either.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to letter N, and let's give this one a taste. Or no, we'll nose it first. Definitely bananas. The bananas stuck around on this one, but it's the artificial bananas.
Yeah.
They're still there.
Yep.
Those
Yep.
runts or
Fake
what-
banana.
Laffy Taffies.
yeah, Laffy Taffies.
Taffies.
Yeah.
I like runts better than this.
Do you? Okay. What
Yeah,
about
instead
Laffy
of the
Taffy?
runts, I'm still just getting Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. Okay.
And I'm
Banana
backing it up,
flavored
Steve.
Kool-Aid
I'm getting the Band-Aid
The Band-Aid.
with a hint of Band-Aid.
with
Oh.
a hint. I'm getting the Band-Aid again.
Somebody ate some Laffy Taffies. They hurt their hand. They put a Band-Aid over that, and then that's the Band-Aid.
Now,
Mhm.
come
You
on,
walk
folks.
by.
The folks at Band-Aid don't want us to do that. They want us to use adhesive bandages.
Ah, sorry. Adhesive bandages, not a generic brand.
Curad. No, this is Curad. I guarantee it.
It's Curad.
This
This doesn't have the quality
this does-
smell that an
this does
actual
smell and
brand
taste like an
uses.
off-brand of
This is not a
Band-Aid.
Johnson and Johnson. This might be an independent packaging of the Band-Aid brand.
Right. Yeah, it's
I am
plain,
stuck.
plain level.
Okay, if someone can sing the song, I'd buy him a bottle.
Which song?
Too late.
Oh, too late. Too late.
All right.
You had a chance.
I am stuck on Band-Aids because Band-Aid.
Band-Aids
It's stuck on. I'm stuck
Yep,
on
but
Band-Aid.
sorry, no one got it.
Band-Aid.
And you
Yeah,
know,
no
that
I'm
one
sorry. I
got
thought we
it.
were going to do the banana.
He does
split
follow
thing. I got
through.
excited
When he
about
says
that.
he'll buy a bottle, he will. But yeah.
But it was
I
going to
had
be
to
Lefroy, so
I
most
had
of
to
you wouldn't have
rethink
liked
the
it.
situation.
Yeah. Well, you gave him a shot. That's
It was a little shot, Steve, but you know
Right,
I'd follow
right.
through.
Oh yeah, he follows through. He bought 3 bottles one time for which was
Yeah, my
nice.
wife said we're not doing that again.
Okay.
My
Anything
wife
else?
would instead say, "You're going to send them one of your unopened bottles. You're not buying
Oh,
them another."
Yeah, there you go.
So this one's still artificial sweet, but it's not as bitter as it was the first round. Like that
Certainly
first
not.
round bitterness
Yeah.
like stuck
Yeah.
around.
There's definitely not a bitterness finish, so like there was. So there's some improvement there.
Yeah,
It may go up in the ratings. So
it's not.
I took a drink of
7
water
anymore.
and then re-sipped it again, and the bitterness was definitely there.
okay.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it's there. You just got to search for it.
I think it got worse than the first time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I would not improve it.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, Bill couldn't take it any worse because he had it dead last. So that's yeah.
It's not 7 anymore.
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
That's just 6.
Okay. Let's move on to O. O's our next one.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
No.
Nose is still pretty good.
Nose is good.
Yeah, this is the one I said I wasn't going to smell this time because it was too disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Taste is nice. It's pleasant.
Yeah, without the disappointment from the
Yeah.
smell, like it does,
Right.
it tastes good.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that it sets this maple, butterscotchy. There's this incredibly complex nose.
Oh, I thought that was
isn't
pea.
there.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yep, butterscotch light ends pretty quick for me.
Yeah.
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 But,
Not a lot.
but I agree, the bitter gone.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. It's pleasant for sure. Not much of a finish, but there's a little bit of a hanger on there, but not much. All right. Anything else to officially add to letter O? Okay. All right. Move on to P. Grab your P. Please smell your P.
Don't show us.
Right. Don't show us.
Not asparagus season.
It's a good smelling pea. I mean,
This one went real banana on me.
mhm.
Like just peeled it.
Oh yeah.
I think it's banana pancakes because
Mhm.
I'm getting the pancake
Yeah.
batter. Yeah.
There might be a pancake, but it's more like you were trying to eat a banana and somebody slapped you with a pancake.
As they walk by.
As they walk
As they
by.
were walking by.
And you had your tongue stuck out.
Did the pancake have maple syrup on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. They took it off their plane and just smacked you with it.
Huh.
So when's our next game night?
2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks.
Is there one planned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if I've signed up for that one yet.
It's just out there. The sign on and everything's in the group.
Yeah, 2 weeks
Yeah.
from tonight.
ABV
Alright.
Network Crew Club group.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
a look.
And up on
It's out
Facebook.
there.
Yeah,
out
that was a hoot.
Check it out. All right.
Always fun.
Yep.
So I'm still getting, Steve, that grape skin that, I don't know, is that the tannins? Is that, what's that tart makes you pucker? It's not bitter.
Mm-hmm.
Astringency.
Yeah.
There you go. It really makes my mouth want to water a bit.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
and I had that pretty strong in that. I don't look at my notes, but I'm getting that.
Yeah, I think tannins are like the oaky dryness.
Yeah.
Vanillins are the sweets, and then the astringencies from
Is that
I forget
okay?
which compound the astringency comes from. It's
The
got an
bad
official
ones.
name.
The bad ones.
The bad ones. It's known as the bad ones. That's the scientific name. The bad ones.
Yeah.
Bad ones.
Is it like
Yeah.
it might be like lactins or something like that?
Oh, Evan.
Lactons
Does anyone-
usually give you a toasty.
Yeah.
Anyone
Now
else?
the tannins will give you two things. It'll give you bitter and astringent.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
But
Is anyone else getting that puckery?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's there.
well, as you say it, it reminds me. So if you've ever had like a pisco or another kind of
Yep, a
grape skin
brandy. Yep, that's what I had written down was more of a grape brandy feel and less of a flavor and more of a feel.
Bisquick pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like this one more the second time around.
Yeah. I get a slight peach taste at the beginning too. So it's a little fruit. And I would say peach. At the
And I'm
beginning.
usually the fruit guy.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, for you a little fruity.
I am a little fruity.
it's complex. I'll give it that. So anything else on letter P? Okay. All right. Let's grab letter Q. Q is the one we're going to be talking about. I like the nose here. Yeah, there's some good things going on there.
Oh, certainly that vanilla is still there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Heavy vanilla.
Yeah, the cherries kind of died on it, but that
Yeah.
vanilla's
The vanilla's there.
Agreed.
ramped.
Agreed.
Yep. Vanilla bomb. All right, let's taste it.
Mm.
Yeah.
If this one just lasted a little bit longer.
Yeah. This one's
Great.
so
No
it's so
finish.
close, right?
Yeah.
This one's close. I could fix this for
Give me
you.
a little
Bring me in there. I can fix this for you.
5 more points of proof.
Right. It's
Little more.
it's on the
Yeah.
edge. It's on the
This,
edge.
is,
of being
this is
great.
Canadian whiskey where I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Right.
I don't think Canadian whiskey's better than this.
This is actually, I think, kind of dangerous because it tastes good, so you keep wanting more,
Yeah.
and it doesn't. The finish is not going to slow you down.
No.
Yeah, I think
No.
that's it. It's very dangerous that way. You just keep
Yeah.
sucking on this stuff.
Yeah. You can keep drinking.
Yeah.
This could potentially be a shooter. You're not gonna. there's
Oh
no-
yeah,
there's no
let's set me
sting.
up. Set him up.
All right. Set them
Oh
up.
no, I
So-
don't make shooters. I'm
There
sorry.
we go. Let's shoot this.
So Steve, I had mentioned apricot the first time around, but this time
Mhm.
around I'm gonna go to pear.
Pear. Okay.
Yeah, it's softer, smoother, just
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. It's good, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Nothing wrong with this one.
What?
Yeah, I'd have send out another few of those, Steve.
Okay. All right. I'll
Coffee
get you.
mail.
I'll get you a couple of those.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, if there's a version of Q that comes with more proof, then grab that bottle.
Grab it. Okay. All right. Let's last but not least, our final one of the evening is R.
All right.
Well, I don't have much R left.
Oh, that's
Must have
maybe
liked
a good
that
sign though. Maybe it's a good sign.
Must have liked that one.
Must have liked it. There's a lot going on in the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of
Yeah, I took a sip of that. My brain said tequila.
Tequila. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a sip, see if we get tequila.
You get that?
I could see it because it's definitely unique.
Yeah.
This is the biggest standout of the evening. Whether you like this or not, that's a different
Yeah.
story.
that's
But
It's
it's different.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who likes sangria?
Oh, I love a good sangria.
I'm getting a little bit of sangria in the background on this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is one of those ones where
It's the sweet and the fruit, right, Bill?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think depending on your palate, if your brain has canceled out the sweetness because of the previous ones, you're only going to get those grassy, tequila, vegetal ones.
Yeah.
So this one may get hurt just by being last.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other notes?
Mr.
on
Bill,
this
I've got some great tequila recipe or some great sangria recipes. Let me tell you.
Awesome.
do-
Send them
do
to me.
share.
I will.
Get them
We
over there
love
quickly. It's end of season for sangria. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we do them at
Is there
Thanksgiving.
really a
Steve.
season
My
for
daughter makes a
sangria?
good one.
Sure.
Who said Thanksgiving? Did you say?
I did.
Jeff did. He said
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we I've got a Thanksgiving sangria recipe.
Really? Oh, cool.
Pairs. That is the only reason I get invited to Thanksgiving dinner.
if he didn't have that, they wouldn't even invite him. They'd be like,
Yeah, it essentially is you're coming to Thanksgiving and you're bringing the Thanksgiving sangria with you, right? Yes.
See, I do the inviting, but I tell my daughters what to bring.
right.
And
Cool.
one loves to make sangria. So if you could share that recipe somehow.
The Thanksgiving sangria. That'd be good.
Steve, I will send the Thanksgiving sangria recipe to you and
Okay, I'll get it out to everybody. I'll make
you
sure
get it out to
everybody gets it.
everybody.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's pear and pomegranate juice and it's
Sounds fun. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
fun.
Brandy and maybe a little wine and
Get a little bit of wine. Unfortunately, no bourbon.
some sugar. Some of us maybe add a little if we.
You can always
A bourbon
do that.
floater. You can get a bourbon floater on there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, right on top of the ice.
Yeah. It's like when you go to Key West. They're like, you want a floater on there? Yeah, sure. Add it.
Now, I'm not familiar with that term.
A floater? That would be if you've got a drink that's like a cocktail and frozen drink, whatever it is, and to take a shot and pour it across the top. So that's a floater.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're on a cruise or if you're in
Yeah,
Mexico and you get a frozen drink and they
It'd
just
be like, you want
put an extra
to
shot.
you want a shot of rum across there? Yeah, sure.
And it's
Floater.
cheaper if you're in an all-inclusive.
Yeah.
The
That's-
land of the free-flowing mojito.
Or then you get interesting cocktails like with Scotch, you get the penicillin where they actually put an ounce of smoky Scotch on top of the cocktail.
Yeah.
So you get little sips of the smoke while you're drinking a sweet cocktail.
What do you
Yeah.
call that one?
That's
Penicillin.
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 Yeah.
It's a honey ginger lemon cocktail underneath, and then you do a Lafroig float on top.
Nice.
I like that laugh. All right. Any final notes on R before we shut the books here and to begin our scoring? Okay.
Really good.
All right. What we'll do next, we'll give you guys a little bit of time, a little independent work where I do not talk. I allow you guys to develop your list. Again, normal procedures here. I think everyone's been on these events before. You're making a list from 1 to 6 with your favorite down to your least favorite. Number 1 being your favorite of the evening, 6 being your least favorite, and then you got to fill in everything in between, of course.
Which way do you want us to read? From 1 to 6 or 6 to 1?
1 to 6 would be good. If everybody could follow suit and do 1 to 6, it helps me.
1 to 6. It's getting dark in Minnesota. I'll just let you know.
It's getting dark. It's dark here too. So yeah, I hate that. I like it when it's. I want it to be a little bit after 9. It's good.
Yeah, a little. And, this 8:30 stuff,
Right.
8:08, and it's freaking dark out here.
Yeah, we're the same way. It's dark out there. 8. Well, that's depressing. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, and it's still, summer, but it's summer's yielding. There was a little brisk air this morning. It felt a little fall was out there. So,
Yeah, it was in the 40s here
yeah,
last night. I slept with the window open. It's like,
yeah,
okay, I need an extra blanket here.
yeah. Which is nothing wrong with that. I like the cool breeze coming in for sure. Just as long as you have the appropriate amount of blankets, you're good. You're good.
As long as that cool breeze is coming off the ocean, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The cool breeze off the ocean. Where are you at?
I can't even stay awake. when,
Nashville. I don't have that.
No,
Right.
he doesn't have that
God,
on a
no.
daily nightly thing. But
But
when he
when we get
vacations,
Yeah,
Anyway, everybody on M, we agreed we got banana, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's gone now, and now it smells like Red Delicious Apple and Maker's Mark.
Okay.
Something's going weird now.
I was
Not gonna
getting
trust
bubble gum
anything
originally.
anymore.
because you save a little, don't you?
Yeah.
Somebody said makeup, and I wrote makeup down. I was like, I'm
Bruce
not getting
did.
makeup. I'm getting bubble gum.
Oh, Bruce said makeup.
Bruce said
Bruce
makeup.
said
His
makeup.
wife
That was
putting
Bruce.
on
That's-
makeup.
Well,
That's
no,
a
no,
Bruce
no.
thing.
It's,
Oh, yeah?
it's like when you walk by somebody
Oh.
putting
I see what you did there.
To run by
Take your
through
tongue
to-
out.
I drove by someone putting
They-
on makeup in their vehicle. I got a little whiff of that once. Tasted
Oh,
it just reminded me of M.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I go to a department store and I have to breathe through my mouth.
Oh yeah. I don't like
Have
going to
you
those
ever
stores.
No.
have any
That's
of your
terrible.
old girlfriends sent you a letter with the
Oh,
perfume
gosh.
in it?
That was a thing back in the day. Yes.
Oh
Been
my
there.
I don't
God.
remember that.
It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
a
I do.
long time.
I do, but yeah,
I still have one.
that was the 80s for me. Yeah.
it was in the 80s, and I still have
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And I got it sealed up, and you can still get the lightest whiff, and it's like that takes you back.
Froze.
He froze right at that moment. He froze. It was perfect.
And I
Froze with a
mentioned,
smile on your face.
yeah, I mentioned the wife. She doesn't know about that.
Really?
Oh, she
I hope
does
she's
now.
I hope she's not a viewer of this. Yeah, she usually watches our
Oh.
videos. So yeah,
She could
yeah,
be.
This will be made public.
yeah,
Yeah.
it will. It will.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
tell her.
Is everyone good? Are we? Everybody got their list together?
Ish.
Solid. I got her nailed.
Okay. All right. Everybody's good. All right, Jeff, we're going to be starting with you. How's it looking for you?
Yeah. R is number 1.
Okay.
Q is number 2.
Okay.
P was number 3. O was number 4.
Okay.
M was number 5.
Okay.
N was number 6.
You almost just went reverse
I
order.
almost
You-
did.
Yeah.
You
And I-
switched it up right at the last.
I
second.
almost did just to get Bill a little ticked
Right.
at me, but no, I N just didn't cut it for me. So tonight
Okay.
N is number 6.
Okay, fair enough. Andy, you're next.
Okay. R, P, Q, M, O, N.
Okay. Bill.
Ugh. I tasted Q again. Ugh. Let me write this down.
Okay.
Give me just a second.
Do you need me to come back to you, or you're okay?
No, I'll be ready in just
Okay.
a minute, less than a minute.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. He's still fine.
Oh,
All right.
all right. Here we go.
Okay.
Romeo, October,
Okay.
Philip, Michael, Nancy, Quebec.
Okay. And didn't make your worst. So there was some redemption there.
Wow, we differed. We
A
differed.
tale of
That's-
redemption.
That's what I love about tasting bourbon.
Yeah.
Right.
And taste and blind. All right. Bruce, you're next.
Yeah, speaking of different, QPRMON.
Okay,
I don't
this
have
is
any
this is
left.
fun. This is fun because we're getting some different answers here. Jason W, you are next.
I have PMQORN.
Man, this is all over the board.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a runoff? This is going to be.
It could be. It could be the first runoff ever.
Yeah, you better send them out, Steve. Send them out now. I'll taste
Send them out.
for you.
Okay. Melanie, you're next.
All right. Yeah, Bruce, you had it almost right. All right. Number one is QPROMN.
Hey, I had the top three.
I know.
What was
All right,
your
Nick.
first one, Melanie? What
Q.
was your first?
Q was her number one.
Q.
Yeah, that's
All right. Neil, you're going to be next.
Q R P O M N.
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
solid on the top three, Steve.
All right. Yeah. Well, they're starting to move away a little bit. So it's like we have two distinct groups, the top three and the bottom three. James, you're next.
R Q O N P M.
Okay. James. Oh, excuse me. Jason.
That was
Jason S. Sorry. I
right.
read one line up. I messed up there.
P
you're just testing me.
Yes, yes.
P R M Q O N.
Oh, Jason, we really differed.
I changed my mind like 6 times on these.
You are the man.
It was.
You are the
this was
one
another
getting
tough one.
invited to barrel tasting, so it's
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Last but not least, Mr. Van Squeak.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. You got good fishing in Quebec. That's where we're starting. Old Quebec.
Okay.
And then Prince Edward Island, Regina, Ontario, Manitoba, Nova Scotia.
All right. Way to go, Evan.
Are you from Evan? Are you from Canada?
Oh, I'm from St. Louis. I was just
Yeah,
having
we
fun.
just started talking about Canadian whiskey.
Yeah. I grew up 10 miles from Canada, so it's like, it's
Okay.
right.
Sorry.
You
Good
can
fishing
watch
in
it.
Or
Quebec.
actually, sorry.
Sorry. All
Sorry about you.
Just give me
You
a
do-
second to write this
You do,
down.
Dave.
There's a
Talk amongst
commercial that's on Series radio, and the guy says, "I had no idea." I think that Jeff could do that commercial.
Oh God, do I get nailed for the Canadian accent
Really?
all the time. They say you're either from Canada or you are like from way north Minnesota. And it's like, how do you know that?
Right.
Because
But
you
they
say the
nail me
word
every
no.
time.
And Jeff, and now there's an important question I have for you. Is it that they call it Minnesota because you are fans of your mini sodas, or do you have mini sodas? Like, are they small or are there many of them?
Yeah. It's not many, it's mini. I don't know what the hell you just asked me, but
I know. I don't know either.
They have a
So
large
if-
I think
collection of
Evan
miniature
even
sodas.
understands what he asked you.
Are you a fan of your soft drinks in that you've made them miniature, or do you have a lot of them? Is it mini
Both.
or is it mini?
I like them so much I have a lot of them. So it's both.
Oh, you have mini sodas?
I have many sodas.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Sounds good, eh?
Hey,
guess what? We have a winner. We have
Yay!
no tiebreaker,
Yay.
no tiebreaker needed or anything like that. This is an interesting event because, you're going to want to look at this in several ways. Which one had more in the finals? Who, of course, ended number one? That's a big thing. I also threw another twist in there. Something I didn't even tell you guys going into this. I
You're
threw
evil.
I threw 2 store labels in here, a Tennessee whiskey
Ah,
and a Kentucky
Nice.
bourbon. So you had
Oh,
generics
interesting.
in there. Yeah. So
Oh,
that,
do you,
that's
do
another
we want to
twist.
do the Kentucky versus Tennessee after we hear the result?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so
All right.
these varied from 80 proof to 93 proof.
80 to 93.
80 to 93. And we'll share with you the results here, not of tonight. So we'll go over tonight in just a second here. These are the results coming into tonight. So this is the first 2 events, and we got them ranked all the way down from 12 to 1. Okay. So and it's interesting how things break out, and we'll talk about this once we go through the list here. So
Okay.
coming in at number 12 was a Tennessee whiskey at 80 proof. That is Jack Daniels. Regular Jack Daniels Black came in, only got 7 points. That was original letter K, if we have anyone keeping track of things. Original K, dead last. Not even close. 7 points.
Yeah,
So
but
not
at
in-
12, it's
not
okay.
surprised.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is a big surprise to me because I always say it's the best 80 proof bourbon out there. In 11th place, Four Roses bourbon.
Ooh.
80 proof, just the
Wow.
regular Four
Yeah.
Roses, only 15 points. Original letter B, if anybody has kept their original
Yep.
notes.
So when you say it's the Four Roses, what do they call that one on the label? It's just
Well, it used to be
Yellow.
called Yellow Label. Now it's just Four Roses. Yeah.
just Four Roses.
And now it's the beige top
Yeah,
or whatever.
Right,
Gotcha.
right. The beige label. That's it. Yeah, just the classic, just Four
Was
Roses.
it
80 proof.
2250 or something a bottle?
Oh yeah, it's low. Yeah, you can get
Yeah.
you can get around $20 here, but yes, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Gotcha.
Another one, big surprise to me. I thought this would probably be vaulted into the finals. No. Old Granddad, 80 proof. 80 proof. Comes in 10th place with 17 points. Original letter J. By the way, all the first 6 that are eliminated are all 80 proof. So
How
looks
many?
like
What was the point total?
17.
17.
Originally scored 17. All right, next, and that was a bourbon. So we've had a Tennessee whiskey, 2 Kentucky bourbons. Then we go to a Tennessee whiskey again that's been eliminated. It is George Dickel 8, the 80 proofer. Scored 20 points. Original letter A.
Mhm.
All right. Next up, eliminated a Kentucky bourbon. So now we're at 1, 2, 3. 3 Kentucky bourbons eliminated. It is Jim Beam White Label coming in at 80 proof.
Yep.
Wow.
22 points. Original letter F eliminated.
That's an 80 proof.
That's an 80 proofer. Yeah.
The George Dick, well, that must have been an 80 as well.
That
Oh,
was
you
an
said
80
that.
proof too. All 80 proofs in the first 6 that get eliminated here. And the last one, this is the last one not to make it to the finals. It is a Kentucky bourbon, meaning 4 Kentucky bourbons were eliminated. Only 2 Tennessee whiskeys were eliminated. In the
Wow.
group.
Yeah.
Woo.
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yeah,
Steve, you better rename the group.
I know.
Yeah.
Granted, the 2 Tennessees that were eliminated were the number 1 and number 2 Tennessee whiskeys in
This
the
is true.
world.
This is true. This one is a surprise to me as well that it's gone. It didn't make it. I thought this was a sleeper to maybe even get first place when I did this. It is Very Old Barton, 80
Oh,
proof.
wow.
80
Wow.
proof Very Old Barton. 24 points it got just out of the finals. A letter G.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is the ones that are here in the finals. This has nothing to do with how they finished tonight. This is what they were coming into tonight. Again, there's no
Okay.
bearing. This doesn't change anything. This is how they're ranked coming in. In 6th place was a Tennessee whiskey. It was a store brand. Our 2 store brands come from Total Wine. So it's a Total Wine store brand, a Tennessee whiskey called Kings Creek. It was an 80 proofer as well. It had 25 points, letter H, and it was tied with, so 6th and 5th are tied, so maybe both 5th, with another Tennessee whiskey, Uncle Nearest, 1884, our highest proofer of the evening at 93 proof. And again, 25 points because it was tied with the last one. It was original letter E.
And that's which state?
That's Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey.
Was that
Yep.
Total Wine again?
The Kings Creek was the Uncle Nearest is a regular brand. That's
Oh, it's regular brand. Okay. That's the
that's
one
a-
I haven't seen before.
Okay. All right.
I've never heard of it before.
I never heard of Uncle Nearest. That's good stuff.
Uncle
Wow.
Nearest, yeah.
I have
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, they've got their own
Oh,
distillery now.
Yeah, don't. We'll talk later about Uncle Nearest. It's a great
Okay.
story too.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So in fourth place was a Tennessee whiskey. And here's yet another twist that I threw into this event. It's George Dickel, but it's George Dickel 12,
okay.
which is a 90 proofer, of course,
Yeah.
another Tennessee whiskey. It came in with 32 points, original letter I.
Yeah,
Original
yeah.
letter I.
Makes
So
sense.
that's interesting. In third place, a bourbon. So Kentucky bourbon now. So again, we only had 2 Kentucky bourbons. So we're down to 3 to go, and we have 2 Kentucky bourbons left. And third place is one of those, Maker's Mark, coming in at 90 proof, 38 points it received, and it was letter C. Letter C. All right, in second place, our other Kentucky bourbon. So they're right there bunched together. And this is our other generic, our store brand. I told you there was 2 in there. They both made it to the finals. This is a Kentucky bourbon. It's called McFarland's Reserve. It comes in at 90 proof, 42 points, and it was original letter L. So it was in the second event.
What was the proof, Steve?
That's 90 proofer, 90 proofer. And in first place, coming into tonight, a Tennessee whiskey. So going into the evening, Tennessee whiskey was in first place. And that, really the event is all about who finishes first. This is an award that you want to win. This has nothing to do with how we finish tonight, but coming into this thing, it was a Tennessee whiskey. Nelson's Greenbrier
Really?
was in first, 91 proof, 48 points, which was big. That's a lot of points. And it was
Wow.
original letter D. So it was in the first event that we did. Original letter D.
Before we get
Yeah,
too
that's
far,
good
Steve,
stuff.
where can I find some McFarland's Reserve?
That is at Total Wine. Total Wine.
Total
So
Wine.
It's a store brand. It's a store brand. So if you go in there and say I like bourbon, they'll point it out to you.
So we don't. Do we know where? Because I was just Googling, because that's what I do.
Right.
The Kings Creek, and the only thing I can find about it is that it is at Total Wine. So we don't know who's making it, do we?
No. It's
Okay.
it's a store brand. It is Tennessee whiskey, but we don't know who the provider
Yeah.
for that is. More than likely Dickel. I mean,
Yeah.
most of your
betting
sourced
Dickel.
whiskey comes from Dickel. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't say that for sure, but it's a safe guess.
Well, Kirkland gets all theirs from that little one in Columbia, right?
Kirkland, their bourbon now comes from Barton. Is
Barton,
where they
yeah.
get it
Because their
from now.
Tennessee was coming from, it was one of those little shops that only does sourcing. I think it was in Columbia outside Nashville.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Steve, so I wasn't able to attend the first night.
Right.
So could you run through the original letters one more time?
The original letters of just first night.
Of any of them, but never
Sure.
mind. It's
I can if you want, but
nah.
okay. Okay. All right, that gets us to tonight. So tonight we know that the following, this is, and again, I'll run through this was their ranking coming into tonight. A Tennessee whiskey, Kings Creek, was in 6th place. In 5th place was Uncle Nearest, also a Tennessee whiskey.
What are the letter numbers?
Wait a minute.
What are the letters?
Well, we're not sharing that just yet. This is coming into tonight. That was letter E, an H. I mean, if you want to know the original letter. So just reiterating what they were coming into tonight.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
George Dickel, a Tennessee whiskey, was in 4th. In 3rd was a Kentucky bourbon, Maker's Mark. In 2nd was a McFarland's Reserve, a Kentucky bourbon, but a store brand for Total Wine. And in 1st place was a Tennessee whiskey, Nelson's Greenbrier. All right. So that brings us to tonight. So now we're talking letters M through R. So again, I'll share where they were at and where they are now. So in 6th place is a Tennessee whiskey, letter N for the evening, finished in 6th place. That is Uncle Nearest with 13 points. 13 points tonight. So, and coming in tonight, they were in 5th. So they dropped a slot.
Dropped one.
Okay.
In 5th place, which was in 3rd place coming into this event, so dropped a couple here.
Maker.
Unfortunate for them is the Kentucky Bourbon Maker's Mark. Maker's Mark dropped down. We only have 2 Kentucky bourbons in this thing, and Maker's Mark, a well-known name, is out of this thing with 27 points. Letter M for the evening.
Hey, I was right.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you said Maker's Mark, and yeah, you said that.
And
All
what
right.
letter was that tonight?
That was M tonight.
M.
M, yeah. All
Manitoba.
right. Manitoba.
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 All right. Hold on here 1 second. I didn't write all these down. I gotta do
That
better
wasn't
than
my ambassador batch of 353 blended barrels. That was awesome.
That was awesome. Okay. No, that wasn't yours. They noted that for me.
Yeah.
All right. In 4th place, a Tennessee whiskey. It is the generic store brand for Total Wine, Kings Creek. Letter O. Letter O for the evening. They had 30 points. 30 points.
Oh.
All right. And Kings Creek coming into the night was in 6th. So they actually improved on the evening. So they were in 6th coming in. They ended up in 4th. Not bad. Not a bad showing, particularly because they're an 80 proofer. So it looked like this group liked the higher proofs, but this is an 80 proofer that came in 4th. All right. In 3rd place, dropping down from number 1. Number 1 coming in fell to number 3, a Tennessee whiskey, Nelson's Greenbrier. Letter P fell all the way down to 3rd. Well, actually a tie. So it tied for 2nd and 3rd, I guess. 46 points.
Right.
46 points. And in 2nd place, or tied for 2nd, I guess, with Nelson's Greenbrier, same points, 46. Letter Q, which was our George Dickel 12. That means if you've been keeping track of this, our 1st place winner is a Total Wine store brand. It is letter R. It was the McFarland's Reserve. A Kentucky bourbon wins this thing.
Yeah.
With 48 points. Kentucky brings it home. Yeah.
I got 2 right.
Yeah.
1st and 3rd.
How many points on that one?
That was 48 points. So squeaked it out. It was close. 48, 46, 46 are our top 3.
Yeah.
Well, I assume they ship.
Total Wine?
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on your state. So I don't know where you
Oh,
they're
look,
at with
my
this.
my best friend that I deer hunt with is a McFarland, so he would love to know.
He would love that. Yeah.
He would love to know that my many friends here tonight rank that number 1.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of great information here. It's like you could write a college paper on this. We had 12 and 4 of them were Tennessee whiskeys. So the Tennessee whiskey was better represented in the finals. Tennessee whiskey was ranked number 1 coming into this thing tonight. So that's interesting. The 2 store brands in this thing, and both make it. And one was an 80 proofer too, so that's pretty low. But it's the 180 proofer that emerged, and so a good showing by the store brands there, which is good for them. And Kentucky Bourbon wins, but not any of the big brand names. Nothing that we know. Again, a store brand. That's just pretty wild.
Steve, could
Yes.
it be the IJW whiskey company?
I don't know. Maybe, but
Or for the Total Wine store brands.
It says bottled
That-
by.
Yeah. Oh, is it bottled by?
Yeah.
I just reached out to some contacts of mine to see if they know where these Total Wine store brands are coming from.
Okay.
So
That
If I
was
find
the
out,
first
Steve, I'll let
result
you
I
know.
found.
yeah.
Interesting. So the big names all left in the dust. Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, White Label. Varial Barton was the shocker to me. Didn't make it.
Yeah.
Four Roses I thought was a shocker too. I always thought that's a really good 80 proof bourbon. Didn't
Same here.
second to last. So
I think, Steve, there may be a little bit of, and what's the word that I'm looking for? Kind of selection bias, because this is a group that's probably going to favor higher proof. It's
Sure.
probably going to favor what's coming out of craft distilleries more than what's coming out of mainstream distribution distilleries. So not that I'm going to argue with you, because
That'll be next year, and it'll be twice the price.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was interesting. So my picks tonight matched the top 6 as they came in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that's good.
So looking at them but all of them, I'd even say not so much the proof. It's the one thing I think what I've gotten from our group, and we did this in a lot of the other projects, is we like finishes. We like cohesiveness between the nose and the palate.
Exactly.
And we'll
I
take
agree.
complex over simple any night.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Even at a lower proof.
Yeah. Even at
Yeah.
80, if you show me some complexity, I'm going to love you even
I
more.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I can
The
drink it twice
complexity.
as much.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So it's good. I very fascinating looking at, all these things, all these different parameters and things like that.
Yeah.
A fun event for sure.
Yep.
So,
Well
yeah.
done, Steve.
Being the lone Tennessee guy, I'm happy with performance.
you did good. Tennessee did good. I really did.
Tennessee did good. I would, there are a couple I would have wanted to see in here. I think Chattanooga's doing some really interesting. Well, you know that, Steve. I think
Sure. I love
Chattanooga's doing some
Yeah.
really interesting things. Uncle Nearest doesn't surprise me at all.
Mhm.
Right.
And honestly, Dickel does, because I know that there's a love-hate relationship with Dickel.
Yeah. Dickel did good. I mean, they tied
Yeah.
for second, really. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a very cheap whiskey, by the way. George Dickel 12, that's sub $20. I mean, it's
I know.
Okay.
It is. And I'm gonna drop into the chat. So if you want to know the Uncle Nearest story, that's the place to go. It's the How I Built This, which is an entrepreneurial podcast.
Yeah.
Program on Uncle Nearest and what Fawn Weaver did with Uncle Nearest, and it's a great story.
Yeah. Definitely. Check
I love
that
those guys.
Definitely check that out. Yeah.
Well,
Good
better
stuff
look for
sure.
some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the funny thing about it for me is when, so the short version of the story obviously is Nearest Green is documented as having taught Jack Daniels the Lincoln County process. So there are people that say, Nearest Green, ex-slave Nearest Green taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey.
Yes.
And the Jack Daniels folks will definitely acknowledge that.
They
And
support
Fawn-
that. Yeah.
They support that. Yeah. And Fawn Weaver was an author who heard the story, came to write a book about it, and became just completely embroiled in the story of this man. And when she talked to his descendants, she said, what do we do to honor your ancestor? And they said, put his label on a bottle.
Right.
And given that she had the option to do kind of a small batch, she went mainstream. She said, if I'm going to put this man's name on a bottle, I'm going to do it as a significant I'm going to say non-craft, right? So, she talks about the, it being a significant brand, and they're nationwide at this point, and they're doing some really interesting stuff.
One of the fastest growing brands in whiskey, if not
fastest growing brands in whiskey.
Yeah.
A lot of
Most
awards that
awarded.
they're winning.
Yeah.
They've got some. They're producing some phenomenal product out of that place, and it's a really interesting story too. And that's the podcast that I shared. I love what they're doing over there.
You're talking about an author from Los Angeles who goes to research in Tennessee and never leaves. She stays
Never
there.
left. No.
Yeah. Now lives there.
She ended up she was talking to some folks in the area and ended up talking to a real estate agent who was selling the farm that Jack Daniels learned how to distill whiskey at.
Mm-hmm.
And she bought the farm. She said, I'm going to buy that place because that's
she bought the farm.
She bought the farm. It's a perfect place to learn the story and enmesh myself in the story to write the book. And then she went from writing a book to producing a whiskey.
Yeah. And she's just a fascinating person, great business person,
Awesome.
Yeah.
author, incredibly, there's a lot going on with her, including if you listen to the Bourbon Show, which you should.
Yeah.
We interviewed her, and her dad was a Motown executive too. So you talk about a fascinating person. What a great history. Yeah. So really, really cool stuff. So. Well, check it out and learn more. But it was a good evening tonight and wraps up yet another great project. So, on that note, I will say goodbye. But I'll stick around. And answer any questions.
Very
All right.
cool.
All right. We'll say goodbye to our at-home audience. See you guys. Bye.
Bye, home audience.
Good to see everyone.